Hey, Facebook Live, YouTube, Periscope. It's your girl, Dr. V. Come on in the room. I'm not going to be on long because I need to hop on a training, but I did want to share some things with you guys real quick. Hey. Once you come in, let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. So today has been an interesting day. I had to do one of my least favorite things, and that was do a eulogy, preach a funeral, and yes, that's what I'm going to say, and yes, while it's one of my least favorite things, I had the opportunity to speak into the lives of the family. And it just so happened it was a family that I consider myself a part of. And so when my friend, my brother, he calls me his pastor, when David Whitfield asked me if I would do the eulogy at his sister's funeral, like I'm thinking, like they're from St. Pete, like, well, they've been at St. Pete for a long time, and so there are a lot of people they could have chosen, right, to do that. For him to ask me was a great honor, and because of that, I did it, right, because I love the family. It's my family, my children's family. Like they've adopted us, we've adopted them, and so I had to preach the eulogy. And so, as I thought about his sister, Diane, he always tells me, Diane, says she can't wait to hear you preach, she wants to hear you preach, she wants to hear you preach. And so, today I preached for Diane, the opportunity to share with them that Diane has run her race. She's finished the course, right? And so now it's up to them to carry on the race, to run their own race. And that is so important because so many people have opted out of running their race. They've opted out for whatever reason, but they've opted out. And so I wanted to encourage them, but I also wanted to charge them, right? I wanted to charge them to fill the gaps that are going to be there as a result of Diane being gone, to step into their purpose and walk out their purpose, live out their purpose. Because, listen, the world needs them, too, just like the world needed Diane. And sometimes when we have people in our life who seem like they can do everything and they're everything to everybody, it allows us to just, fall back and not really do, not really say. But I charge them. Fill the void. Walk out your purpose. So for me, this was my great blessing. At the end, after everything was said and done, when we exited the church and we were standing outside, when people began to say to me, thank you for that word, I needed that. That is what it's about. See, for me, it's not about being up in the pulpit for the sake of being up in the pulpit. Listen, I'm good on pulpit, right? But it's about having the opportunity to speak into the lives of people and bless them, And so that's what I did. I was not trying to get up there and be like anybody else or preach, a traditional sermon, even though that scripture is one that's often spoken and preached or whatever. That's what God told me to do, so I did that. But to have people of different ages tell me the message blessed them, to be able to speak life in the children as well as the seniors and everybody in between, baby, that's me all day. That's what I love. That's the thing I love about the call of God on my life, and to be able to do it in a very authentic way, a way that is not fake, a way that allows me to show up as me and not to show up like a first lady or like anybody else, So I have to show up as me, be me, preach the word that God speaks, and do it all for the glory of God. See, everything I do Like, this is for the glory. This is for the glory of God. This is for the glory. Jesus, Lord, it's for the glory, honey. It's for the glory. It's for the glory. And so I'm grateful. I'm honored that their family would allow me to do that. I'm grateful that, they were blessed by the message. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what is getting ready to happen for their family. Because now some people who have been sitting back will stand up. Now some people who let Diane do it will step up and do it. So my question to you, because I told them this, I said, listen, Diane lived her eulogy. See, I'm a firm believer that you decide how you want to be eulogized and you live your life to match that, to produce that. So if you want people to say, oh, she cared about people, then you care about people, right? Because then that's how you have people who will be saying she cared about people. Whatever it is that you want people to say, live your life like that. Produce that in your life, and that's what will show up in your eulogy. You have the opportunity every day when you get up to decide what will people say about you when you're gone. And live your life to produce that, right? Live your life to be that so that you are authentically showing up in ways that allow God to get the glory. My prayer for each of you is that you will come to understand the fullness of who you are. Walk that out, live that, show up, show out, and let God get the glory. I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Be blessed.